Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be making homemade lasagna that's easy and compatible to fit in your air fryer. Now the ingredients for this are as follows. 500 grams of beef mince, 1 pack of dry lasagna sheets, some cheese of your own choice to sprinkle on the top of your lasagna at the end, 1 jar of bolognese pasta sauce. Choose any flavouring you like. I'm just using a basic one. 1 jar of white lasagna sauce. Optional ingredients is 1 can of chopped tomatoes. Optional, 1 or 2 beef stock cubes sprinkled into your mince. Next, place your mince into a saucepan and place on a hot cooker. Move the mince around continuously to evenly break it up. And once the mince is all cooked off, you can add your optional beef oxo cubes, some salt and pepper if you so desire. Once your mince is all cooked off evenly and broken up into smaller pieces, we are going to drain it off in a colander to take away the excess fat and oils. Next, place a colander into your sink or over a bowl. Tip in your mince, give it a good shake, move it about so that the excess fat and grease runs out your mince. We don't want that in a lasagna. It's not nice. Give it a good shake and then replace it back into your pot. Good shake. And pop it back into your pot. Put it back onto your hot stove and we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. Once your mince has all been drained, we can return it to the cooker, and this is where we can add the rest of our ingredients. Now your mince is all cooked off and drained, we can add our optional can of tomatoes. Pop the tomatoes into your mince and give it a stir. Then we can add our pasta sauce. Give it a really good stir, keeping it on the hot stove. Give it a good stir. I cover mine with a lid and let it sit in the sauce for about 10 to 15 minutes. Allows the mince to soak in all the flavours. Give it a nice big stir, coating all your mince with all your pasta sauce and your chopped tomatoes. If you want, you can add extra herbs and spices at this point if you want. I don't, I just do the basic. Cover with a lid, turn off the heat, cover with a lid and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes so that all the flavourings can soak into your mince. Makes a better lasagna. Now your mince is all cooked and your pasta sauce is all added, all your flavourings is there. We're going to take a dish that fits inside your air fryer. Now I'm using a tower air fryer and mine has shelves. So I've got a nice dish here that fits inside mine. You take a spoonful of your mince and you place it on the bottom of your dish. You spread it out evenly. You spread it out. You continuously do this all the way till your bottom layer is covered evenly with a nice layer of mince. Push it to the sides, push it to the edge till it's all covered. Then we're going to take our dry pasta. You can use fresh pasta, pre-cooked pasta. It just shortens the cooking time, that's all. You put 2 sheets one way. Mine holds 2 sheets. Then we're going to put another layer of mince on the top of the sheets. Move it about, spread it about evenly so it covers all the pasta. All your lasagna sheets are all nicely covered. Just a nice wee thin layer. So you don't need a big thick layer on it, just a nice wee thin layer. Now in my house we have an optional. My family decide whether they're going to have 1 layer, 2 layers or 3 layers. But I'm making 3 today. So that's 1 layer done, and then we put your lasagna sheets on the top of the mince. I rotate mine and move them so the other way, the other direction. Another layer of mince. Cover them up as before. Put your mince on the top and evenly spread it out. Push it to the edge so it's all nice and flat. So all your lasagna sheets are all covered. There we go, all to the edge, into the corners, all nice and flat, like so. Good. Now we're going to take our last layer lasagna sheet. Clean that wee bit off, we don't want that. Take our last layers of lasagna. Once again, put them in the opposite direction of the one before. And I fill that up, just snap one in half and it'll fit in there nicely. Perfect. Then we're going to take a jar of white sauce. And we're just going to pour it over the top of your dry lasagna sheet. All the way over. Pour it all out of the jar. Make sure you get all of it out. Scrape it all out. Out it comes. There we go. And we're going to do the same with that we did with the mince. We're going to push all the white sauce to the edges of your dish. You push it. If you don't want, just tap your spoon onto the lasagna, onto the white sauce. Just tap it and it'll just move it into the corners. That way you won't drag up all your mince and your sauce for the bottom layers. Just tap it into the corners, covering it evenly, all the way, like so. There we go. Then we're going to take our cheese. Sorry, made a mistake there. Take our cheese that we grated cheese, and we're going to sprinkle it on the top. There we are. Going to cover the top of your lasagna with grated cheese. All over the top, like so. It's optional. You can put as much cheese on or as little cheese as you like. It's entirely up to you. There we go. All done. Covered. There we go. Here we are. All nice and done. 3-layer lasagna with cheese on the top. There. Now the lasagna is all done. We're going to place it into our air fryer. Push it in. As I say, mine's got shelves. It's a tower air fryer. Put it in, and we're going to cook it at 195 degrees for 35 minutes. We'll pop it in there. Set the timer. We're going to have a little look halfway through and see how it's doing. There we go. 35 minutes. And one more. 35. And off we go. And we'll have a look in a couple of minutes when it's done. Okay, now we're 10 minutes in, cooking time. We're at 26 minutes left to cook. As you can see, the cheese is starting to melt and everything's starting to cook. Good, 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 all good. I'm going to close the lid back up and we're going to cook it off for the rest of the time. We'll have another wee peek later on. Right, now, I'm going to have another wee peek here. We have 8 minutes remaining. I'm going to open the lid. I'm going to have a look. Can you see it all nicely? Oh, bubbling away. Bubbling away. Nice and nice. It's all cooking. Cheese is all melted. Pasta's all cooked. The mince is all hot. Nice. Nice. I'm making an accompaniment to go with my lasagna. I'm making air fried chips. I just threw some frozen chips into the air fryer and I'm going to cook them. Nice 10-15 minutes in the air fryer. Give them a good shake. Place them back in the air fryer until they're cooked to the nice gold brown. Makes a great accompaniment to your lasagna. Okay, now fully cooked. It's had 35 minutes, 190 degrees, and it is scalding hot. Please be careful when you take this out because it is absolutely hot. And there we are. Homemade lasagna in your air fryer. What could be more simpler? What you got to do now is chop it up, put it on your plate and have it with your chips. There we go. I cut mine into 4. Take a sharp knife and just cut through your pasta, through your mince, through your pasta, all the way down. Kind of wonky here, I'm doing it with my left hand, I'm not actually naturally left-handed. Cut it into 4. And you're done. You just got to scoop it out, pop it on your plate, and have an accompaniment with your chips. Done. Now you're done. If you like this, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.